13 is a square root problem where I have two square roots. I can't just square both sides because then I would have a messed up middle term that I don't want to deal with. So what I do is I isolate each root individually in two separate steps and square them out. So first thing I'm going to do is move this guy out of the way. So I get root 2x plus 5 equals 3 plus root x minus 2. From here I need to square both sides. The left hand side is really easy to square. When I square that I get 2x plus 5. The right hand side, I suggest that you do a little bit of work on the side to show that, so that you don't mess up your middle term specifically, because that's what people mess up most often. So I'm going to write 3 plus root x minus 2 times 3 plus root x minus 2, like that. Now, change over to blue. That multiplies to give me 9. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This right here multiplies to give me 3 times root x plus 2. This also gives me 3 times root x plus 2. So I have a total of, boom, 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 boom. I have a total of plus, I've got 3, and then another 3 root x plus 2, so that's a total of 6 root x minus 2. And then I have my last term, let's do it right over here. I multiply these guys. That's root x minus 2 times itself, which is root x minus 2 squared, which is simply plus x minus 2. So from here I'm going to collect some terms. I am going to move the x over to the left hand side. That gives me straight up x. I'm going to subtract it from both sides. 9 and negative 2 combine to give me 7. When I subtract 7 from both sides, I get minus 2. And that leaves me with 6 root x plus 2. Scroll down. Now, I'm at the point where I want the right-hand side to be as simple as possible, and on a lot of times we can divide out by that 6, or reduce it maybe by dividing by 2 or 3 or something like that. But in this case, I don't want to do that because I don't have fractions on the left-hand side. So I'm just going to leave it there and deal with it. When I square the left side, I get x squared. So this next step I square, so I'm squaring from here to here. So I get x squared minus 4x, this is this guy squared, plus 4 equals, when I square this side, notice the 6 is inside of what's being squared, so it gets multiplied by itself. So it turns to a 36. And then the root, when it squares, gets canceled out, and it gives me x plus 2. And these multiply because I am multiplying right there as well. Okay, getting, oh man, come on. Minus needs to be the same as that guy. That guy. Alright, so, anyway, I'm on a roll. Anyway, I get x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 36x minus 72. Scroll down. Now, I'm going to move both those terms over to the left-hand side because it's quadratic, and I want to see if I can factor it. That gives me x squared minus 40x, and then I add 72. That gives me plus 76, and it's equal to 0. Now you may look at this and say, oh my god, I can't factor this. Try easy numbers first. Well, I know 76 is divisible by 2. And when I divide 76 by 2, oh, I get 38. So, they're both negative. So I get x. I'm going to have a minus and a minus. If you try 2 and 38, oh look, they add to 40. negative 40, I guess. So from here, we know x could be 2 or x could be 38. So it's your responsibility to go back and check it, and you need to show that work on the test. You need to plug it back, those two numbers, 2 and 38, back into this blue equation up top to make sure it works. For these two it does. So we check both. They both work. Actually, I'll show you how to check 2. If I wanted to check 2, I would say 2 times, say root, well 2 times 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9, and then minus root, well 2 minus 2 is 0, so that gives me 3 minus 0, which is 3, which is what I want it to be. If you check the 38, it works as well. So my answer is both of those.